fucking care at all. Rock your body. I wanna go for a ride.
Hop in the music and rock your body,
Your body.
Rock your body, come on, rock that body, rock that body, come on.
rock your body.
All across Japan, just to find my from a ride.
Dance with me, make me sway. I'm in the bathroom looking at me.
Facing the mirror is all I need. Wait until the reaper takes
Never gonna get me out alive. I will live 1,000 years.
This is raining, is this entertaining?
Sure. So, you said you wanted to cultivate the forest or something. Hey, Veldora! Is entry into the forest really forbidden? Why?
Beats me.
Seems cool. Wait, Veldora?
ᴛ新しい魔王が誕生してたと。その名はリメル・テンペスト。ほう、あの強さなら
魔王というのも納得よな。これでは物理そうにもありませんわね。残念です。落ち棒ってオクタグラムだっけ？発生魔王オクタグラム。We have the Tempest, Wolves, Keygen, and Hobgoblins. With those powers, we might as well set the table and invite the ᴏᴏⴅᴏ for
I'm sure we'd make a good side dish, but aren't you forgetting about the main course? We have the world's strongest slime, remember?
Oh, we do? ᴅᴏᴀᴜ Hold on, are you saying that's Rimuru? The seas release the galaxy. Can I ask you something? For a favor? Could you eat me? Just like you ate my curse. I don't love this world. Yet. I can't hate it either. I don't want to be absorbed by this world. Tempest は危険すぎ。魔王リムル。あとはもう純粋なる力と力の勝負。俺とᴛ贛で白黒決着をつけるとしよう。
全身全霊をかけて挑むの。She completely shuts down and doesn't listen at all.
Exactly. When she gets like that, she only believes what her own eyes and ears tell her. You have no idea how much grief she's put me through over the years. Rimuru Tempest is not as strong as you might think. It's just a poor slime, after all. But, since being...
The chaos created. Rimuru Tempest is literally invincible.
ᴑᴏᴀ. Офицерские звания. Можете не видеть его. Я немножко прикончила. To build a nation is not to reign over others, but to create a place where all can find belonging.
No matter their origin, true strength lies not in power alone, but in unity.
Lifting one another toward a future built on trust. A leader's role is to protect, to listen and to guide.
even through hardship, so that together we create a world worth calling home.
I've got responsibilities. In the far future, if the people of Tempest should somehow no longer
Need my help? Then it might be fun to try out life as a free adventurer.
That makes me wonder, what's the natural lifespan of a slime? When the time comes for me to think about retirement.
Will these humans even be around anymore? Maybe this is kind of how ᴑɪᴛ felt.
ᴛɪᴛᴏධ